Greetings, greetings, greetings on this amazing 12/12 day, 12/12/25. Wow, we got here. Yeah, 12/12/12 was a very huge portal, was when this big, big portal opened. So, hello, Amia, you get beautiful, beautiful. Oh, have a beautiful time with your family. Thanks for popping in and saying hi, Amia. You're so deeply appreciated and loved, and sending you peace and healing and harmony, especially for your back. And have a beautiful, harmonious time with your family today. Many, many blessings. So, yeah, let us. I have to get a lighter. It's gone AWOL. Just sorry, guys. It's been like really dark. I don't know what today. Hey, beautiful one. Thank you for your understanding. I've actually been in a very still space today, which has been quite nice, you know. So I was saying, go with the flow or go with the wave. I sometimes paddle fast. So many star alignments and planetary alignments and energy and all the wara is pouring down on our planet right now. So let us try to keep a still space within us and bless the space and bring in sacred energies of light and the highest order of peace, love, purity, the essence of truth, and the pure sweet devotion and focus on the highest good. And may love and light and all things that are good and true and holy pour forth upon the planet and into the sacred central sun of our planet and all the beautiful living crystals. Oh, wow. The motherboard. That's what I'm just seeing. It's like this whole electrical motherboard of switches and fabulous things. Lindsay, beautiful. Haven't seen. Oh, how are you, my sweetheart? Lindsay is just such sweet, sweet love. How are you, my love? Are you just enjoying? Are you snowing? If you're snowing, enjoy the stillness and the whiteness and the purity of snow. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I am. I don't think I'll be on very long tonight. I'm feeling a little tired, and I have the boys tomorrow. So okay, 6:30, 6:15 here in the morning. Here they arrive, dun, 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 with their little elephant boots on, and very full of 6-year-old and now 10-year-old energy. Yeah, so it's going to be an exciting day again. I hope the weather's nice so we can go for long walks. Beautiful. Enjoy. I'm really hoping it does snow here. It's very warm. It's really temperate, extremely temperate. But hey, it's okay. You know, every year has its strange, different temperatures. So it would be nice. But you know, winter's only just vaguely begun. Well, it's just the portal. In fact, in Germany, they say winter only begins in January. Oh, wow. No, I can't. Just hold on. Sorry, one for a second. Maybe I don't There we go. Cool. Yes, that was just to remind me that I have the boys. Sorry, guys. So I just want to go through some of this very quickly. This is Saraswati, and I don't really know where to begin with this. I mean, there are just so many energies, and I'm just working personally with white light right now. Yes, I do love the chakras, and I'm trying to keep life very simple because there's just so much. And the chakras are obviously our very deep sacred connection. It's our divine instrument that was it's the connection, it's the Christ light, it's the 33 vertebra um, of the spine, and each spine holds like memory. And but I'm going to go through the chakras a little bit because a lot of people are still obviously working with them. But I am just really trying to keep it for myself very simple and just working with white light right now to just purify and to connect to these strong energies above and below. So just keeping myself as like this electric lightning. But for many of us, and God is light. So if you take a crystal, a faceted crystal, and you put it in light, obviously it turns into all these fabulous colors. Way more than 7 in there, but 7, and it's only quite recently that the West found that there were 7 colors in the rainbow. So if God is light and light is a rainbow, it therefore follows from my fabulous logic that God is a rainbow. So yeah, I just want to tell us a little bit, very briefly, very sweetly, about Saraswati. Saraswati holds this incredible thing called a veena. Whoops. Which, but she didn't always have the veena. But the veena looks just like a spine, and it's like when your chakras kind of realign, your spine becomes the veena of Saraswati again, and your whole body becomes music. So when our chakras, when we're healthy, we feel like so fabulous and potent. And Saraswati is the keeper of music. One of the things she's keeper of high wisdom. And I will do more on Saraswati. She's just, the depth of her has just recently started to unfold in my life, that she is wisdom and knowledge and learning and music and all the notes of the universe. And she was there way before anything. When there was absolutely nothing, there was just stillness, and she became the ripple. So, Vedic cosmology is very simple and very truthful, but a little complicated. And the words or the names are very complicated for me, and still holding a huge truth. So, because we just have so many planetary alignments and this huge force of white light that is coming down for a month, starting on Sunday until mid-January. Obviously, we're all getting ready for it now. And I don't know, the planets look like right now there's this perfect Metatron in the planet, the star chart of the planet for today. So we've got so many planets in Sagittarius, and they all, one by one, they're starting to unretrograde themselves and go direct. So for quite a long time, we've had them like retrograde. So life is like, really, it's like a huge big push and pull. And I just really feel to try to keep it simple. especially for myself. And I'm just going to go back and remind us that the most important things are our posture, working with just light, standing taller, grounding, being creative, um, sitting upright. Don't cross your legs too much. Okay. Um, and just breathing. So these are really the simple things. I think life gets way too complicated out there, and we don't know which way to turn. Um, there is the only right way is to really be still within yourself. And this is what's really happening right now is we are moving away from certain teachings. People are being exposed. We're finding our own teaching, standing straight and standing firm, and really just connecting with our own teaching, which is usually very simple. And we've been given this most amazing gift again. It's been happening over and over, this purging, since last year, hugely 11/11. So we've had this big year of purging. It was a huge 40 days last year, and then obviously the whole year with the violet flame and dark Saint Germain, however you tune into that. And yet again, we've been having purging, but for many of us, it should be kind of coming to an end and embracing just the white light, the purity. The chakras don't disappear, and obviously we will get back to them when we need them or you feel the necessity to work with them. I'm not here to tell you how to work with it. I'm just telling you how I'm working and how I see things at the moment. And I'd say I really hope hugely that a lot of our traumas have been dissolved and integrated, and the big thing is not to pick up your old patterns again. That's the big challenge right now, because there is healing, there is purification. But are we taking it? I'm talking to myself here as well, which is really just so huge. Hey, Mo. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful, each color, most of the I don't know what the South Americans use, but the big cultures here have different scales, different scale in musical notation. Chinese music is very different, their scale. And the Indians don't just have 7 notes. I will go into it because each note has like 3 or 4, like we have do. So they have do, you know what I mean? So many little harmonies on it. Which, if you listen, hear what I'm saying with that is absolutely what happens with our chakras. They are not just one color. And in fact, the colors that we are kind of shown in the West. I have to say that before was like only, I think it was in the 80s even. I'd like to say 70s. And I think it was Shirley MacLaine who's kind of said it tongue in cheek on a talk show. She spoke about the 7 colors of the chakras, and that kind of stuck. So it's very new. It's really relatively new. And so many things in Western stuff are just so corrupt, the teachings. So I do, as you know, like to go a lot back to the original. Well, there's no original to the Vedas because they're in the Puranas. They're very, very old. I mean, they're still intact, which is really wonderful. So that's where I get a lot of my insight in teaching from this time around. I've done the Sophia, and that lots doesn't matter what I've done right now. Right now, it's just like I don't want to go back. I am just feeling in a very, very white, pure space, and very, very grateful for that. Um, but on all so many levels, our body, I mean, so many like fabulous musicians have spoken about the body electric, or speaking, really, I mean, obviously most of them had very strong hallucinations and deep and had deep insights on that level. But it didn't matter, it really didn't, because the West was just so tied up and closed, and that they needed LSD to open, and they needed the pill to like have a sexual revolution. Um, I just at the moment, I'm not really reading them, but I'm just like aware of them. The books that were written like at the end of the 1800s. There were also a lot of charlatans. I mean, why? Why is it that people want to do this whole charlatan, especially, well, all over with everything, but very much so when it comes to spirituality? No, science, let me not put it, definitely not in a box. There's, yeah, Darwin was one of the biggest. I mean, he knew quite clearly that he was actually like he, he he was kind of like throwing the third finger up at the sciences when he produced his evolution theory, and it was just there were things people were working on, things like that, mutations and evolution, which is correct, but that theory was just crazy the way that it got taken, which was really he just flagged them. And but that's also, Araman and the old keeper of the grid that has kept this, especially the West. Yeah, I think they have too many gods and protectors. But yeah, the West tried to destroy that as well. Tibetans and the Indians and the Chinese, and yeah. So we're just really grateful that we still have some of these things intact, and that they weren't all burnt by colonialism, and that a lot will still come out from Africa. A lot was really like destroyed. How am I going down here? Just because it's like, yeah, we make our lives so complicated, you know. Um, yeah, so many people. So we do the West. We want a pill to fix it. That's what we've been programmed. And that's not really what it is. We do get that like magical thing, but then we need to maintain it. Yeah, and it's like um, lighting your candle, whatever you do in the morning, our little rituals, our little gratitude to the earth. And we are moving in, and we don't need religions. And this was exactly what the church fought for, because there was no control when there was just the mother religion. Well, the mother adoration. It's not even worship. It was just every breath we take. Yeah. So yeah, that was actually how I was going to start this. That I'm so tired of hearing about, but the hindsight was also flag. It started at 14:44 today. Um, so we there are 144,000 seconds in a day. So what are we doing with each one? And thank you for sharing and spending a whole pile of your 144,000 seconds that you have at your use and glory for this day with me. So thank you for being here. Yeah. So the body is a musical, well, it's lots more, but let's just work with our spine, all 33 vertebra of it, and our chakras are the notes. Our spine is like the Siddha or the Veena of Saraswati. She didn't always have a Veena that came before. She was just before. So these things added onto her. Um, in yogic science, Saraswati's Veena and the sitar, both are metaphors for the spine, because the spine is the central resonating column. The chakras are the frets or the notes, the nadis are the strings, and consciousness is the musician. If you don't know the Vedic toning sounds, which are just really wonderful, and it's really awesome if you can just use Om, which is really wonderful. Mhm. Mhm. I cooked beautifully to Truth Wave the other day, which was really lovely. Let me just see if I can and hum and sing. I mean, that's just simple things, was like it's it's just keep reminding ourselves. The Buddhists say that 80% is posture. 80% of enlightenment is posture. And I am being really, because and for many people it can be, and I do it, like lie with your back straight, straight, straight. And so you can meditate that way. The main thing is to have your spine straight, but I'm not happy about it. I'm resisting is to really not sit up in bed on with my legs crossed, but to actually get out and sit on a very big chair, which I have here. And if we sit actually properly, like we're supposed to meditate, with a little pillow under your bum, your back automatically straightens, and it's so much easier and so much more comfortable. And then if you put your one leg, your left leg, straight into your crotch, because that actually forms the first lock. Okay, and it becomes so much easier, and then you can cross your leg. You can put the one on top of that one, or however you want to sit. But it makes it so much easier. And just very simply, which is really nice, I'm just working with 3 chakras at the moment. Major power. I mean, I do them all, and I work with like light up and down, but I'm working with 3 main ones, and obviously grounding through trees and going up, way up there. But with the base chakra, the heart chakra, very much. How is our heart today, everybody? If you're having like huge palpitations, it's kind of okay. And I'm working with this chakra at the moment. And it changes. It changes from time to time. I do try to listen to myself, what I think I need to do, or what's right at that moment. And this is what we're moving into now. The more that we surrender, just wait. I'm online. Sorry, guys. Huh? I'm very popular this late at night. Sorry, guys, and they like important ones. So for me right now, and I'm just offering that, make your life easier. Like, I mean, Lindsay, while you're cooking, just like hum, or put that energy through your food, or just like straighten your back. I mean, these are the seconds that we need to use in the day just to keep tuning in more and more and more and more and more to this beautiful energy that is pouring on the planet. And right now, it's like huge white light coming in. Obviously, some colors for some people, but for me, I'm not seeing the colors right now. I'm not working with the colors. Just like doing white light. Sometimes it just goes like really quickly. It's quicker than the other light, than the rainbows. And though I do every now and again a very beautiful meditation with the chakra sounds. And that's like really, or you can work with the Om sound, but then really go into, that's what's really important, or hum up and down. Yeah, hum, hum. It's absolutely amazing. Humming is, one of the most fabulous things to do. But hum, and then play with your hum. We feel it here, and it's like clearing and opening the third eye. But take it right down to your base chakra. You can play that instrument all the way up, and just that's activating and playing with the beautiful, activating the song. Because when our chakras are in alignment, we feel healthy, we feel wonderful, we feel our energy is elevated. We don't have to be all like dancey and trippy and rah rah rah. But love also responds to that, and gives us more blessings, not always financial blessings, but the more that we're in tune with our spine, from the base of our spine and all the way up to, it's actually the spine, to the neck, and then obviously going into, this is slightly different, and up. So I wanted to get some beautiful pictures for us to see. I'm so tired. My eyes are like, I don't know what they're doing. So I've actually pulled up a whole lot of images that I've done like a long time ago. So I mean, this is just, it was kind of a joke, but they're beautiful images, but this really is not really what the chakras look like. Though maybe they do. That's also fine. I mean, they are absolutely just beautiful images. But my thing right now is, what are the frequencies outside us? What is music? How is meditation affecting our inner waters? How is humming? How is basic, very simple toning? How is silence affecting us? Yeah. The chakras are constantly moving and dancing. And one of the things that I'm doing is kind of this, which is working with the gold in the center. But on the outside, I'm playing with my chakras, like I'm juggling them. No, not quite, but yeah, but kind of quite, I'm seeing them almost like a halo around me. And not all the time, this is like in meditations, and I can bring each chakra in to my focus and work with it and clear it. And each chakra has its very, very own spectacular identity. Where it's each one like a very living being, a very separate living being, as well as a connected being, but you can take them very separately, and you can actually work with each one and go into the void, whatever you're needing to feel that. And you remember, it's physician, heal thyself. Yeah. Which is why I'm working with the white light, because that just knows what it's doing. You know, it's just balancing and keeping my chakras and open, very open to what's going on out there at the moment, and open to receive, because there's just so much going on. We're changing our DNA and we're changing our water systems, and there's, every time the sun has a little explosion, it, whether we like it or not, it like pours light codes down on us. So it's constant realignment. And like, we get like, I don't know, even like talking about it's like so complicated. It's like really just so simple, Go down to the river, spend time at the river, hug a tree, walk bare feet if you can, especially if you've got snow. That's really awesome. And not for long. No, please. I know Lindsay can dance in the snow. But for me, it's the nadis and the Sushumna. Do alternate nostril breathing. Always start with the left. Okay, that you start breathing in, and it's really nice if you hold your thingamajiggies. I haven't got you up there. Yeah, if you hold here, because then you're also awakening the third eye, and then you just breathe in here. You can hold it. You don't have to hold it. This one's blocked at the moment. They'll change. They do change during the day. But try to get through that one. Just even 3 breaths, so that's 6 breaths, 3 rounds, because that works with the nadis. Okay, don't make it complicated. We've made it so complicated. Oh no, that's wrong. So our Vedic sounds, so we have the toning, if you do know them, they're here, which is lam at the bottom, which is our root, which is earth, and vam is our sacral, which usually needs a lot of work for everybody. It's our creativity, it's our sexuality, especially for women, especially for older women. We need to vam, 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 vam. And it's water, and it's really where the serpent energy lives and moves. Yeah. So, creativity, digestion, ram is fire, which is our solar plexus. Yam is air, which is our heart. And our dham is ether, which is our throat, where we really need to get in there. So really just hum, do a lot of like humming, and just tune. And this is what happens when we start to play. It's not learn. And then Om is the third eye. It's the awakening of Shiva, and then it's Om, which is very used, often like silent, which is the awakening. Yeah. But feel the note vibrating in your spine. Okay, and try to even like go up and down. Just like play, have fun. You're sitting under a tree, you're waiting at the bus stop. It's really important to just get those things performing and moving and having a bit of fun. So, as I said, chakras are also, each individual is a very sacred organism. It's not necessary. They are constantly in moving, and they breathe and they pulsate and they get big and they shrink and they get toxic. And especially if you've done mind-altering drugs, because they have a little veil or like a little web in front of them, so those get blasted out, and very often it's why you have a lot of people get so ratty and have such downers after hello, beautiful Grace. It is a grand rising. It is indeed. I'm trying to make everything simple. Let's just breathe light. No colors, but you can breathe. Hum, hug trees, drink water, It's just way too much. There's so much happening out there. Yeah, but especially, well, it happens with trauma as well. But especially if you've taken mind altering drugs, it does like blow open the chakras, and they don't always, they're not, so that's why people are so ratty afterwards and need cleansing and healing. So if you're doing any plant medicine, please do it sacredly, because it obviously helps. But in the old days, people didn't, we just did whatever we did. But yeah, oh, you had a nice little sleep in. Well done, Grace. Oh, it's Saturday there already. Oh, yeah. I'm still on Friday here. Where am I? Tired. I am tired. I'm feeling a little tired today, and that's okay. Tired is fine. I'm going to sleep. Said I've got the boys coming just now. So as I said, if you feel, and you can intuit there for yourselves which chakra needs work. I mean, you know the basic meaning of the chakras and what they hold. But maybe you need a little bit of extra strengthening, a little bit of extra energy, a bit of more creativity. You can go really into each chakra as just approach it as an absolute sanctuary. You can go in and clean it, ask it what it needs, go into the void of each chakra. And you can be healing a lot of your own traumas very quickly, because the energy it's just there. Now, again, we've worked with this a lot, that it's just so much pouring through, gold light pouring through, purple light. I've just got white light right now. And just let it go. It's almost like there's no questions asked right now. Just please don't pick it up again. Yeah. So you can, as I said, go into each chakra, which is what I was doing a little while ago, and a little bit now as well. But going and just like really meeting the divine within each chakra, within my base, my life force. Okay. So I'm just trying to get us to embody the mystical anatomy, this amazing being that we were created. Yeah. I want to show this picture. It's not mine, but it just like resonated so hugely with me. So I'm a little like confused right now. That's okay. Oh, well, actually, let's just finish with the chakras a little bit. So, yeah, just there are so many, and the colors that we have like really been taught, shown in the West, are not the colors of the chakra. The chakras are very, very soft, and like the heart chakra is pink and orange and gold. There's not really much green in it, but it's okay. We work with it, and it's a lovely balance. And I think our bodies have adapted to what we've made it happen, as in this is what we say it is. Okay, so and just in to do like self-healing, and I would really rather do self-healing than have somebody do what they don't know what they're doing, because this is really very kind of specialized work, which is why most of the time when I work, I work with ultraviolet light or white light because then I know I'm not going to make mistakes. Because unless I've got my cookbook with me, which I don't anymore, I gave it to the Nigerians. Go and heal yourselves, all three of them. Oh yeah, I know your mother's crazy. So that's like working with diseases and illnesses and stopping your blood quickly, but you work then specifically with colors. For me, it was always because I am like a little lazy and I like quick practical spirituality. I do like work a lot and do good work, but I'm not going to specialize in that right now. Yeah. So when I did healing work and energy work on people, I usually worked with ultraviolet light because it's just goes straight to the cause and it's quick and it works really quickly. So maybe that's just why I'm a little into the white light right now. Sometimes it's gold, but right now it's very, very white, just pouring through this electric like shot of white light. And we can kind of show where am I? As I said, I'm very like my eyes feel like they are. And then just know that each chakra has its own geometry, and there are more geometries coming in. They are absolutely changing. I felt that like about a year ago, where my chakras and a lot of people were also like saying that around the place. Then it comes to you. Some people, not that many, were echoing that they had changed the geometry. And for me, they were like really working with geometries versus the colors. So we're just moving up different levels. These were just interesting pictures. They're old ones that I had from a while ago. But I remember I'd gone off social media and I had such an influx of color. And I said I'd like had a brainwash. Like my brain had like been cleared and cleaned. So that's off the telephone for a while because telephone particularly each have slightly different things. But it opened like a huge amount of energy. But it's just again, just be very aware of what you're watching. What are you putting in these amazing bodies that are being healed? Mm. This is sound made visible, sound in water. So remember that our body is full of water, 80% of our body, and the water that we drink. So energizing your water, the music that we have around us, the sounds that are around us, the vibrations that are around us, those that we see, those that we don't see. Just I would put like nice little gold bubbles around that myself all the time. Not neurotically at all. It's just a very gentle bubble, and I walk around with my heart exposed because the heart is hugely, hugely opening right now, and that's going to be for quite a while. Well, forever, but for quite a while again because we have Leo, which is the sun and governs the heart right now. So this is music and frequency to water. This is, which I found like quite interesting, so that when they actually, these are what blood cells look like, but this is iron filings. And they get more and more complex the higher that the hertz goes. Okay. So it's quite, I mean, there are videos if you watch music dancing to water. I think I even posted one somewhere on our channel, which I find. So this for me is what happens when you're meditating. Yeah. So that's how I feel the energy around me. I put this bubble, and this is just very simple. I don't want too much confusion. Just My sacred water is always with me. This was Dr. Usui, no, not Dr. Usui, that's not Reiki. I don't have his name just now. Dr. Emoto, and also Japanese. Japanese did lots of stuff. This was kind of the original photographs, the kind of, obviously people have been doing this for long, but these were not necessarily even the words, just the thought processes that we have towards water and, well, towards people. So he took water and he said thank you to it, or he infused it with energy of wisdom. It was no big deal what he did. Even the microscopes that he used, obviously it was an electron microscope, but there was no super duper quantum work done. It was pretty much anybody could do it in the laboratory. Oh, there's lots and lots of pictures, but they all look like incredible little snowflakes. But these are water or ice crystals, but these are just water crystals, what they look like. You can see, yeah, so it's what we say to ourselves, not necessarily what we have heard from other people. So we need to just support whatever healing you're having done. So please do support it at home by just at least blessing your water. You don't even have to just stand with it. Dress with conscious, do everything with consciousness. Cook with consciousness. If you're in a really bad mood and you can't get out of it, then go and have takeaways. Because that energy will most probably be better than, I mean, we can all, yeah, but let's not get semantic about it. Yeah. These were just really, so this is why we encourage you to please just talk to your water. So at the bottom here, there's polluted water before prayer, and then there's polluted water after prayer. So as I say, just drink the best water that you possibly can. But more important, and I think Veda Austin also says that as well, it's about your intention to the water. You can drink the most expensive, like water from the Himalayas, and if you drink it without a halfway slight intention, it's inactive. Yeah. So, I mean, I love you. Just to say I love you to the water, and it just goes within our body all over. Almost always with the 6 here. No, they're not. He did a lot of, then they came, it was that movie, What the Bleep. So if you haven't seen it, or rerun it, and it was with a very young Dr. Joe Dispenza. So it was actually really interesting. We really changed a lot of my thought patterns in life. We were very hungry for stuff. We were really starved for stuff in South Africa. So we got little bits, and most of it had to come from intuition. Or people were very they held on to their stuff for themselves, which just goes against that whole, shit. Well, they are just so beautiful. Yeah. So I see this a lot. I know a lot of people also see it. So, which is why I do my water blessings, and I just know that I can tune in to the water just in the air when it's misty. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I am very blessed to be able to see. But everybody can see. You have to just keep practicing, I suppose. So this was like Fujiwara Dam water before and after prayer. No fancy things, just pray, simple prayer. Thank you for the water, and just even saying thank you to the water, telling the water I love you, being grateful for it. So this was, I was just having a thought about what like music and what we're listening to has this big effect on us hugely, and the water system again in our body and our chakras, and how we're being activated. What do we want right now in our lives, you know? And remember, it's all about choices. We don't have to always listen to mantras, but as I said, I listen to quite a lot of Indian stuff, because a lot of the mantras are also like drum and bass, you know, they've got some really dancing stuff. Yeah, music, effects of music on our being, because the energy field is absolutely full around us. Yeah, so what are we seeing, you know? I do a lot of silence. So samatones, somatics, and obviously working with healing and tuning forks or humming or saying mantras. Saying these beach mantras is absolutely amazing as well. Just toning, you know, just toning, even just the E, A, follow yourself. You don't have to follow anything specific, but make it resonate well within you. But the more that you tune in, like I was saying, tune into the sound of your chakras, tune into the area of your chakra. Ah, yeah, I will have a great time with the boys. They, yeah. Mm. Oh, tired today, Grace. I'm going to go and have solid sleep tonight. I did have solid sleep last night. But like tired, just like want rest. Not necessarily need it, want it. And it's okay to want it. Some things is absolutely fine. Our needs are very simple. Don't forget we have wants. As long as your wants don't, you know what I mean. It's like integrity. Personal integrity. I forgot what I was going to say. There's so much confusion, said the Joker to the thief. I can't get no relief. So that led me onto something, and I'm just like, this is really not what I was going to talk about tonight. I wanted to be a little kinder and sweeter just about working with the instrument of our body. Because I've just had such an opening to Saraswati, but I don't want to really share too much of that because it's like so huge and I don't know that much. But it just makes sense to me. It's like kind of yet again the master appears when the student is ready. Because she was before everybody, before Brahma, before Shiva dissolves, before Shakti moves. We're not going to the little. It's she is cosmic order. She is remembrance. She is the sound before language. She is knowledge before thought. So we are moving in very much into that energy of Saraswati, that pure, white, divine energy where we are knowing and we're just remembering stuff that we haven't learned, but we kind of have, you know. Our bodies do, our things do know. But back into beautiful alignment of cosmic order and simplicity, away from any dogma, any religions, any isms. So for me, it's just simple white light, right? It's not simple, it's just beautiful white light. So she's not knowledge that you learn, she is knowledge that wakes up inside of you, and it will just be everywhere, and you'll just know. And that's what we're really being called to right now. If we want to move into these next energies and embrace it next year, is to start practicing to be that being and stop like jumping into our traumas. Heal yourselves. Quick, guys. So, yeah. I've said before, I am really just dogs are out to play. Without you don't even have to do the frets, because the frets of the musical instrument are like our chakras, but the strings, the vibrations are just our spinal cord. A nice way is just you can go up, and 25 is where the heart is, but you can just do a meditation of light and go up one, starting at the base, and it's really deep down. So starting at the base and just like count all the way, one, and just visualize bright white light and clearing and balancing and just aligning your body and aligning your spine, and obviously following through with sitting, with your posture, with being more aware. Your body will start telling you, but please listen to it a little bit, yeah? And do that breathing up and down your body. Yeah, she is, I think for many, she's really awakening as the very primordial goddess. I don't like that word actually, because it always kind of makes me think of swirls and dark swirls and deep waters. Saraswati is just something else. She doesn't. So it's just like worked with her, but just starting to work with her. And I know that it's going to take me on a very beautiful. Well, these are just like she calls you. I think, yeah, when you just say, like, when you're ready to learn differently, she will be there, because she awakens the human nervous system, not as a doctrine, but as clarity. There is no doctrine with Saraswati. So if you're not like, yeah, you can love them, but let them go. Your cruxes, yeah. So signs of her awaken are you can no longer tolerate distortions or half-truths. Your voice refines, fewer words and more truth. You feel called to protect knowledge, not exploit it. Sound, tone, geometry, rhythm become central. Simple stuff. Silence teaches you more than information. That's also one of the, it's post-trauma wisdom. It's not naive knowing. So we need to just really, all of us, don't pick up the trauma again and again and again. It's very comforting. Been there. You don't get a t-shirt for it. So yeah, obviously creating. I've like a lot of my thoughts right now is that are just like, I'm so glad I was doing this before I knew, if that makes sense to you, people. Or I remember the knowing that knew me first, but I'm just very grateful that I was doing stuff before I knew. So just, I wanted to share that crazy image. Mm, yeah, you know, I get so sad. I try not to get too sad about it. Like right now, I just want to cry sometimes when I think of the distortion, what we've been through. I mean, I've been through like this whole distortion. Today was like about the calendar that we actually have, which was like it's insane. You know, we know how crazy it is, but it's really crazy. You know, every emperor or every pope that became pope, then they changed the year again. So we have absolutely no foundation. And it's just this whole craziness of the whole Christian thing, the whole like Catholic thing, the whole Roman Catholic thing, the Holy Roman Empire. The Coptic churches pulled away quite early because they didn't like the way this was going. And it was like, I mean, it's very sad when a country makes religion its thing because it's like goes completely out of whack. Um, During the Second World War, before that, there was kin, children, children, children cooking in church, Kinderkirche, Kinderkochen, Kinderkirche und Kochen. Yeah? And yeah. And this whole thing of like, I'm just so over it. I don't know. This, as I say, my biggest thing, I'm just like concentrating on 144,000 seconds that I have each day. You know, I'm so tired of hearing about the chosen. Yeah, I hear, yeah, but we're all chosen. You know, my God is, it says somewhere, it's not a respecter of people. It's up for it's everybody. Yeah. You're either with me or you're against me. Really? It's like I think some of these things have got just so crazy and distorted and got more and more distorted. First, obviously, removing the feminine and removing nature, removing the goddess, the one that didn't need any religion. No, maybe there were always obviously offerings, and especially when children were born, or there were like um, bindings when people got married or committed themselves to each other. I'm not sure if they had contracts, but yeah, people have like they do have contracts, and many like eternal. But before, women were used as bartering things, and when knowledge was discussed and shared. I mean, what a different world. I mean, I know in South Africa, then I was like thinking, what with you? Yeah, can you imagine where space travel would be if there wasn't this crazy space race between Russia and America? Ah, that was also the other thing for today. Was like, there was so much knowledge, wisdom, and psychic knowledge, and how to connect with people, and how to like um, do all this like reading and out of body and telepathy. But it was so downplayed afterwards and so taken. This was from the end of the last century, very much. I mean, people have always had it, but it was just this explosion again in a lot of like literature that was written, and the 40s and the 50s, and so like a lot of it's like really freely available. Obviously, a lot has been AI, so you're not getting the true stories anymore. Um, but yeah, and then like with so much stuff, I'm not blaming the Americans, but it did happen from there because you had a lot of Germans that came over there. But that whole manipulation of like sacred knowledge and taking it away from the people. What the Monroe, you can do all those things through. There's a lot of that work on the Monroe's Institute, astral traveling and reading, and virtual reading. It's really just about love. If you want to do it, you can do it, and it's about practice. And it's about listening and changing the frequencies that you are around. Not always, because, for me, that was before I knew how spiritual they were. I just knew that the Africans on one level could do this stuff. And they do, because I said, it's not my stuff. It's like, well, my magic doesn't work. Your magic, well, I said to Ken, my magic doesn't, it's not strong enough, my magic, because I work with love. And they work with different things, yeah. But it is love, because it's what made it work. It blew everybody apart because it was just love. Mother will lift her car to save her child, no problem. Thunder thighs, yeah. Where was I going to go with that? Doesn't matter right now. Oh, they would, because they were so traumatized. The majority, so many people were homeless or jobless or had lived in Africa, South Africa particularly, where they didn't really have much of the religion was kind of pushed out of them, and let's not even go there. But they didn't eat properly. I mean, like a really good meal was chicken feet in oil, tomatoes and onions, and then pap. Nothing else, guys. You can't afford anything else. There's no money for electricity. So you're doing your homework by candlelight. There are many South African DJs and hip hop singers that sing about a lot of this stuff in a fun way, but it's very real. Living in places that are like way too cold, suffering against the elements because they live in tin shacks. When people from Africa come to South Africa and they see still now how our South Africans live in they're horrified. Nowhere in Africa do they live like they still live in South Africa. A huge majority, obviously there's lots of people that have moved into buildings and houses, and there's a lot of wealth there as well. But we're talking still about way too many people. And a lot have jobs. Yeah, they said they work. They serve you coffee every morning when you go to the garage. But they're earning like 2,000 rand a month. It's not, don't convert it to, it's actually, if you want to convert it, it's like $100 a month. So that's really hectic. But if they're earning 2,000 or 1,000, but 2,000, maybe 2.5 if they're lucky, they're paying 1,000 for their accommodation. Very little you get for under that. And then say they still pay the same for bread and milk. In fact, they pay more because they don't go to the supermarket. So what do they eat? And then they've still got to get transport to get to work. They're not living nearby. Not very easy life. So they really eat cabbage, lots of cabbage. Oh God, as she said, oh, my kids are so tired of cabbage. So it's like just give like sweet recipes and teach them to grow herbs. But yeah, so with all that suffering, you will move out of your body. You will move into another level. You will jump into the astral. And with boredom, because you haven't got a job, what are you doing? You're jumping into the astral. And because it's natural in your genetic codes. So they do this very audibly. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the stuff that they know to do. But if they even don't know, just those conditions, if you fast for a long time, you will jump into the astral. No problem. You will start seeing things, hallucinating. Okay, so strange, interesting conversation tonight. And it's like such a beautiful portal, and maybe that's why it is. I wanted to, because this one was really, I showed it to somebody here and she said, oh my God, that is just so what it is. Where are we? Not that, that's the body electric. What are we listening to? Everything has a frequency, maths, studying. That's why you can be so exhausted or so exhilarated. The pages on your book have energy. Oh God, everything's energy, guys. Just tune into it. Oh, this was, if you're tuning into this, like just oming into your base chakra or doing and really humming and really saying, okay, I'm going to hum into my heart. And really just like keep changing the frequency until it resonates. This is part of the training into tuning into a new vibration. So it just becomes easier and easier to tune into something else. But it's all practice. It's that Saraswati is keeper of knowledge and music. Even if you play by ear and intuitively and you busk, you need to still practice. Yeah, whatever you do. Even if you run the fastest mile barefoot, you still need to keep practicing. Yeah. So it's discipline, just little bits, don't have to, but you follow yourself. No, and it is, and it's interesting because if you're really talking truth, it's very difficult to put it into words because there are no words for it, because it is silence and feeling and knowing. Though we go out into the world and we do it all, like you study for whatever 7 or 14 years to be a brilliant surgeon, and then every time you open a body, you're going to find something you don't know, and then you have to go on intuition. Yeah. But you have got that studying behind you, or you find something that you really don't know. Always. That's why doctors are in practice. I can't find anything right now. Oh, but I can. I'm right here. So, and obviously don't find DNAs, DN, etc. Sun codes. Try to just be sun. Beautiful fields out there. The sounds, the beaches, the oming, the sky, the moon, the stars, the alignments. They're singing, the planets are singing. A lot of people wrote beautiful music about the planets and their songs, and I've heard them in silence, or might call it meditation. And this is what New Age looks like. Isn't it just crazy? I shared it with someone. She said, oh, that's exactly. It just feels like it. So many things. And why it just resonated hugely for me was when I came now, this time around to Germany, I've always been able to do stuff in my life. To use my hands, to be creative, to write, to cook, to garden, to paint, to draw. And whenever things have got really difficult for me, that's what I've done. I was losing my hands. I couldn't do it in such pain, so I started painting. I said, I'm not cleaning my house. I'm not wasting or putting all this pain into cleaning my house too seriously. If I'm so painful and this is not going to get better, I'm going to at least start painting. So I did start painting the most amazing stuff. But anyway, so when I came to Germany now, this time round, also, I think I've had to learn this, that I've just had a phone. I've had no crystals, nothing. Actually, I was thinking somewhere that I got one small box of crystals arrived. So I will show you some of my my private collection. But no, it's just a small part of. That's the expenses. I always said that what was in that box could pay for university. So I will show them. I was thinking, I haven't looked at them. It's too painful. So, but I thought I should. I've got some pretty stuff in there. So yeah, we kind of like have so much of this new agey stuff thrown at us all the time, and yeah, I think we're making it. We just make it too complicated. Yeah. And it's it doesn't have to be so complicated. It was something pretty old. Oh, that was African spirituality versus. But we'll talk about that another day and how I've gone on to that. So let's go into something a little more harmonious. So so that's really just what I'm doing. We've had this incredible alignment today, which I didn't know that the plan. God did a big thing on the alignment yesterday, and today the planets moved into this Metatronic thing. So, and I'm just like working with this strong white fire energy up and down, and working a lot with the Lyran beings, or the Lyran, not the Lyran beings, just with the lion in my heart. If the Lyran beings want to come, they can come. Working just this hugely meditating on these beautiful forms and up and down. That's just what I'm doing. But I like to do simple stuff. Up and down, that's fine. And working hugely, very blessed to have that male energy in my life, which is also very interesting that I have the male. I'm Roman Catholic, but I wasn't brought up Catholic, so I don't have that mother. Though I did that mother thing, but I did embrace it, but only I started doing that. I started making rosaries and embracing the mother when I was also had a lot of pain. Somebody really broke my heart. It was actually my sister Outlaw. Yeah, it's when you start seeing, and then it was just so much pain. I started writing beautiful script and working with heart, and then I moved into doing rosaries, and then really embracing those beautiful images of the Mary and working with cards, and so she does. But this is for me just really simple right now, because it's not so simple. It's not simple at all. Is PG here? PG, are you here, my love? I wanted to make you a pretty picture. I thought you were skiing, so I was going to make you a picture after this. In this like a snow bunny. So yeah, all this crazy energy out there, just keep it simple. So yeah, I've wobbled some people's boats a little bit. Cool. I'll send you a nice picture. That was on my agenda for the last thing to do after this show. I'm going to make Petey a little. I don't know what's going to come out. Let's just see what comes up. So I was actually thinking, oh, it must be so beautiful if you're skiing in the snow. Beautiful energy. But I've got lots of fog right now, but it's really warm. What is it now? And it's night time. Oh. It's 4 degrees, so it's a little bit cold, but it's centigrade. Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful. Enjoy the rest of this 12/12 portal. don't forget to say your prayers. Oh, and Debs is here. Oh, but I do need to sleep. I've got the boys coming. I've got dawn's crack. So just keep it simple because it's going to get wild. So that's my biggest take for today. Hopefully we will, maybe, I hope, tomorrow. Some luck. I mean, it's all about the goddess. It's really, Debs, there's not that much. It's just about keeping it simple. It's about the chakras, but it's not. You can dump into the, yeah. Thank you, beautiful Lindsay, and to everybody out there. And keep it simple, guys, because the energies are wild. Just because. Yeah, and our prayers, I told you when I was like, when I one of my things, and I so many things I don't realize, but I had all this gold dust, and then I would see lots of stuff when I was in the hospital, okay, and when I would see like Mother Mary's and like energies, and it's beautiful. There was a lot of peach and gold energy. And I close my eyes and I'd see these things, or I'd dream. No, but usually more when I was awake. Um, and when I was out of hospital, she's just so amazing. She's just an incredible person. Jocelyn came around and she brought me. She's peach colored flowers. Okay, came to visit me at home, and she said, "I wanted to get you red, but they only had peach." I said, "Oh, that's okay." Like there was just so much peach around me when I was like in hospital, peach and gold, and she just like she kind of froze, and she said, "That is just so amazing." She said, "Because when I was putting prayers out there for you, that's exactly what it felt like, was just to wrap you up in this peach-colored silk cloth." And then I spoke to my Indian friend, because he's a white gay Indian, okay, converted to Hindu. And he said, "I didn't know what to send you because I don't know what you believe, so I just sent everybody." And then like I'd really seen that, like with Mother Mary and Shiva and like all this whole like troop of gods, like yeah. I do know. I mean, if I'd been there 10 minutes later, yeah. So, but yeah, keep it simple and listen, which was quite, awesome. 333. I've turned my alarm off in the morning. Just feel I want to sleep a little. But if I wake up, then I'm there. I'm just feeling too, because I don't sleep that much. I'm on and off sleeping. So I love us all, beautiful, beautiful ones. I still, now I've said it, I have to go and do it and I'm tired. So I love us all very much, and I will see us tomorrow. And I might give us a little introduction into the simplicity of Shiva. Well, complexity, just especially for the boys out there, a little bit of the wounded masculine, who's I think that the roles are reversed somehow. And I mean, definitely, for absolutely no doubt in my mind, that the reason that we had this whole big 911 thing and the war in Iran and Iraq, yes, there are portals and all that stuff there, lots of it, but that's not really, let's not even go there. It's just that the Sumerians have actually, it's like the Indian stuff, that they actually kept and know hugely this the ancient texts with dates and very clear that they kept a record. So they're quite happy that they've been bombed and destroyed, and people can't go there and do much archaeological studies and diggings. So we've got it here. But we'll talk about that some other time as well, because it's like really quite important. It's just another beautiful piece in the puzzle. It's just so interesting that they will accept, like, in the West, this is stuff. The only dates, and I want to throw my phone sometimes when I hear even like new stuff coming out where they're talking. They've got like 2 dates, like it's 1,500 like BC or 3,000. So those kind of stick. So they've moved on to 15,000 years, maybe if we're lucky. And then there's Göbekli Tepe, which has kind of messed that up a little bit as well. But I still think the dates are a lot older. So they don't want us. They want to just keep it in that little frame. I mean, come on, guys. The world is like 450 or 4.5. Who cares about a couple of 100 billion years old? Yeah, we're old. It's like, yeah, you can't tell me that they would, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, definitely creations have been come and gone and come and gone and come and gone. So those are like big dreaming thoughts. So enjoy your dreams, guys. Be simple. Love you lots. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Keep it simple. Keep it sweet and simple. Oh, the dates are so much older. So much older. But yeah, that's part of that Sumerian thing. That's what I believe. That it's like what's resonating deeply. And I know I'll start. There's lots comes with that's like I'm not interested in really reading it right now. I want something new. I want to find something new. I'll dig around. Anyway, yeah, the dates are, yeah. But that was actually quite freaky today, on the dates of how the Westerns, we got this whole BC thing. It's so completely wrong, and there's yeah, we're so confused. Okay. Anyway, before I confuse us, let's just breathe up and down. Beautiful white light up and down our spine. Connect to heaven, connect to earth, deep into the sun, through all the crystals. Open up your heart like a big, beautiful lion, because Leo is just roaring. Put a beautiful, beautiful golden bubble around us. And we're ready to go. Okay. And off you go. Sweet dreams, beautiful, beautiful day. Whatever you're doing, snowing, sunshine, skiing, swimming, sailing, flying, astral traveling. Have fun. Love us all. We're all so amazing. Thank you so much for being here, and just enjoy your moment. Remember, you have 144,000 seconds every day to play with.